Sup everyone, we are beyond the halfway point, War 7 against Shadow Garden, the current champions. I'm still ill. At the point of joining this war, they were, I think, they died 4 times in their first, I think, 20 fights, and then we managed to match them, which was pretty impressive. So yeah, fun start. We're going in with a newly ascended Void, Cassie again, and Symbiote Supreme. So you can guess who I'm fighting. I've got four fights only today. We're taking that Sasquatch on path 9, skipping the rest. We're taking Wolf as well, so we're ignoring Gilly and Skrull. Then we're dealing with Photon on 37, and of course Serpent once more on 46, sorry. So Sasquatch, we've seen it all before. I was a little bit distracted at this point, so it wasn't, well, I was going to say it's not as smooth as my previous fights. Although most of the previous fights I've kept managing to take a hit or two anyway, but never really worried about any of them. So the usual, we're going to dex back. I actually missed the dex a couple of times and didn't gain any charges. Managed one there. We're going to just push him to the corner. I got impatient and decided just to take some incinerate damage, which is no big deal. Took a gamble here because I had taunt on. But he was a good boy and threw his special one anyway, and once again, so I've got really good RNG today, very cooperative AI, get punched in the face because nobody really needs an indestructible here. Yeah, I took an age to fire that special one after stunning him, but that's okay. I was a silly boy here and tried to miss the SP one but ran out of fuel, but again that's okay, we're really tanky. And we are doing very well. So he's nuked himself down to almost dead. Special 2 kills him even more, and then bait the last one, and that's going to be game. Get a potion, get a couple of potions out to heal up, and we're going to move on to Wolf on node 27. Did the bigger version of this fight on the Hazard Mini a few wars ago, which was scary as fuck. This one slightly less so. Power Focus 2 helps as well, although still have to watch out, as you'll see, for his reduced combat power rate. Plan here was to go in with a special start 1, so that I can get to almost 2 bars, which was the same approach I did for the Hazard Mini. At least I can hit him this time. So get my special 1 off to place taunt with almost 2 bars, which gives me pretty much another special 1 to use as soon as I'm ready to need it. So straight away we've got a nice amount of stings on him, and he is ticking down. We're not out of the woods yet though. Just caught me there on the block, took on some ruptures, which is fine. Now we're going to push into special 2. I've got almost all of my fuel left. Loaded back up, sorry. It gives me enough fuel to miss his entire special 2, and that pretty much doubles the power stings on him, which is going to make the rest of the fight a lot easier. I am ticking down with some bleed damage, it's no big deal. I didn't account for him going unblockable and unstoppable after the heavy. I was prepared only for after his special, but fortunately him doing that after the heavy meant it was on cooldown for the special, which meant I didn't have to track back, and we can finish him off with more stings. So other than taking on a bit more hazard or rupture damage, I'm really pleased with how that went. It's going to be my first time fighting Photon on this node with Void. I was a little bit worried here. I'd seen a couple of other people doing the fights, making it look super easy, so I just needed to be very careful and obviously watch her charges and only knock her down when she's above 10 and below 1 bar. Sorry, it's probably really difficult to understand me. I promise I'm starting to get better though, eventually. Wasn't in a fuss to try and bait too many heavies there. I was just going to dance around and wait for my opening. This fight went pretty much perfectly as far as I'm concerned, although I do take a little bit of just block damage here, mainly because I'm obviously not healing, so she is just chipping me down. She does hit hard on the block, but that's alright. I'm also making a conscious effort to stay near her, so that she can gain more regens, and the petrifies can work against her more potently. It's not quite Sandman here, but I wouldn't want to use him against Photon anyway. But yeah, plenty of red numbers just pouring out now. Very, very pleased with how this is going. Feels nice and smooth. Going to bait out the SB1 while she's got the 10 charges. Can safely bait out another without her going into blue light form. And then I can knock her down, which is going to be enough to kill her anyway. Almost. Nice, so that was that. And now we can move on to Serpent to make him my bitch once more. This guy was I was conscious, obviously, after the last couple of times saying that I'd want to bring Mordo in future. But this guy was a 6-star and therefore had over 100k less health than the previous big scary 7-star. So I was comfortable enough to not need the Mordo synergy here. Just wanted to be a little bit more careful. Usual power start 1, all the big boosts. And yeah, it's going to be the usual play. I decided to approach it a little bit different this time and parry at the start rather than just dash back, and try and hit him a couple of times and hope to place some staggers, which failed. So I decided just to give up and back off eventually. Wow, my voice is terrible. So we've got our 3 bars. I'm just going to wait for 100 genetic charges, which I didn't there. I'm pretty sure I did at the time, but clearly I didn't watching it back, but that's okay. Haven't quite gained enough power that I hoped for yet. Take the special 2 on the block, and now we can power burn him, which is already an improvement on the previous fight that I did. That's the first relic whiff of the fight. Accidentally pressed it, didn't mean to. I will do it again later in the fight as well. It's starting to annoy me, the position of that button. So we are hitting him very, very hard. The fight is going perfectly. All we need to do is hang on. I've also obviously got still the many weaknesses on him. I've got lots of debuffs for the sakes of despair and inequity. And I've also got the special 3 boost, which is fully intact. So at this point, I know that he's pushing to 3 bars. And he's going to spam a couple of special 3s at me, which I'm really genuinely not worried about, because I know that I'm just going to tank them. It's really doing barely any damage to me whatsoever. Managed to throw the special 2 into block, which is never fun. That would have made it a little bit easier, but again, I'm just waiting at this point. He's more than welcome to throw another special 3 at me. Another one that's doing pretty much 0 damage to me. Taking a few hits on block, more than I'd like, to be honest. And the special 2 is going to finish him off. So, slightly messy ending there, not one that I was worried about, but very, very pleased with how that went. We did manage to pull the war back, and yeah, and we've hopefully looking to close out a really nice win. BG2 finished with only 1 death, which was nice, so looking to close it out for a much needed victory. I'll see you at the next one. Bye!